Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm your host, Valentine. Expecting you guys are doing awesome. Guys, let's get right into this right away. Okay, here we go. We have let me give you some context. We have a this is in Brooklyn, New York City. This is at a SNAP center, a center where they give food stamps, right? I've been into the SNAP centers, right? It's a place where there's a lot of poor people. The ghetto is there. This is the epicenter of the ghetto, right? Right. So we have a lot, and obviously not everybody's ghetto, right? Right. There's needy people there, right? But there's a lot of ghetto people in there. We can't say okay. So the story is that this lady with her child is sitting on the floor. Supposedly, I heard various accounts. One is that there was no seats and she decided to sit down. The other one was that supposedly she just wanted to be problematic and she sat down on the floor with her child, right? So anyway, there's some officers in there that some security people in there, right? They don't have no guns. They're just security for the place. So something happened, whatever it is, NYPD shows up, and we're gonna get into what happened. This is from where NYPD is already in here, and I'm gonna give you my opinions on what I think. So she's clutching her child like that on the floor. She's yelling, "They're hurting my son." They have a couple of female officers here, obviously with guns, and look, the people are surrounding, recording. Okay, so now you saw the officer who's standing there grabs her by the arm. She's clutching her here. Seems like it's by the arm that she's clutching her. They're lifting. Somebody's lifting the child. Somebody has that child up because the child is separated from the mother. I don't know if it's that other officer, the blonde hair officer, or the officer who's directly on top of her like this. Tug of war with a woman with a child on the floor, and this is the problem. So that's the craziness. Let me just put it back to you again, that way you guys can see it a little bit. I don't know, and this is the thing, right? I don't know if she's tugging at the arm of the woman or she's tugging at the child to try to separate the woman from the child. Two things. First of all, and let me, as a police officer, right, there has to be a way for you to take control of the situation, especially when there is a mother that, for the most part, with a child does not present like a real threat to the safety of the officers, right? You have to be able to coach this woman. Come on, lady, miss, let's talk about this. Let's go into a back room. We could talk about the situation, which most likely she might have been acting all crazy up in there, right? And that's why they call the cops, right? But you're supposed to diffuse the situation, right? And not allow for the woman if she's on the floor clutching her child. The way is that you have to talk to this woman to get up and let's talk, let's sit down, let's relax, let's see what's for the safety of the child, right? So now these officers are tugging at something, which is crazy. Who knows what could happen there with that child on the floor, right? Insanity. But let me not take away also, and I always say this, right? This could have been avoided, right? And this is why I'm gonna catch heat for this. Unless you are a clearly thinking individual, the responsibility also has to go both ways, right? At the end of the day, the clear thinking people are the cops, no matter what, right? But if that lady would have just did what the officers were telling her to do, she would not have found herself on the floor again. In a perfect world, if that lady would have just maybe even left or did what the officers did, give the child temporarily to the officer while she gets questioned, because supposedly they didn't want to let her go because she had a warrant out, and they cannot let her go. She has a warrant for her arrest, right? If this woman would have just said, okay, here you go, let's talk about this, if I want and her thinking about her safety too, and not act all crazy the way she was acting, right? Let me give my child to the baby. Who knows, these cops they have guns, right? As you could clearly see. I don't want my child to be shot or anything here. Let me just give the child, and then we could talk about this. If I have to, do a day in jail, whatever, we do it. He didn't do that. The cops now got angry, got crazy. Even they're supposed to be professionals, yeah, but at the end of the day, they're also humans, and they make a lot of mistakes and act unprofessionally, which is the case here, in my opinion. They're acting in a manner which is unprofessional. Also, if that woman would have done that, she wouldn't have found herself on the floor. But those officers, those female officers, especially for the child that's on the floor already, should have found a way. My brother, who's a cop, said that there's verbal judo. You're supposed to talk at this lady, calm down until she gets this baby up, and then we could talk. And if you want to tackle her then you tackle her then. But in a food stamp where there's so many, there's craziness. There's a lot of ghetto people and craziness going on, right? You have cops with guns. Yo, that could have turned even worse than what it did. Guys, what you think about this crazy video? Remember to always turn on your notifications, guys. Please, this channel is only gonna grow if you guys support this channel. So I need you guys to give it a like, give it a dislike, and if you give it a dislike, let me know. Yo, shut up, bro. What you doing, man? Talk about this, that, and that, and stop talking so much. Whatever it is that you guys wanna let me know. Remember to subscribe. Remember, God, family, country. God bless. God speed me, Valentine. Ow.